We are back at Full of Life Flatbread in Los Alamos, California, where our Meyer Lemons from the Magical Paradise Retreat are back on the menu with Chef Jill Davie, who will be showing us how to make the most of our winter citrus.
I'm your culinary Aioli cheerleader. Agitate, don't separate. So today we're going to make a Meyer Lemon Aioli using all these, well, some of these delicious Meyer Lemons from your tree, which are just so beautiful, and they have such a unique flavor. What I'm going to do is take advantage of all this beautiful peel, and I'm going to use this microplane, which for me, working with citrus is an indispensable piece of equipment. They're readily available now because some genius man as a woodworker decided to start marketing them for the kitchen. So really, this used to be a woodworking tool and now has become, like I said, indispensable in a professional kitchen as well as a home kitchen, especially when working with citrus. So you can imagine if we didn't have this tool, how difficult it would be to get all this beautiful peel off so fine and thin. It really adds a lot of depth and flavor to, well, anything using citrus, and in our case, the aioli. So we're going to start with just tapping that into the bowl. And then, of course, the juice. I really love these little juicing handheld juicers, but these are also pretty handy. And you just squeeze these in. Half the lemon. Squeeze it in. And if I'm doing a small recipe, I really enjoy using this instrument. If I want a little bit more yield and juice, then I tend to gravitate towards this little handy guy. And now I'm going to add 2 farm fresh egg yolks. I'm going to toss in just a little touch of Dijon mustard, not only for flavor, but it also helps to emulsify the aioli. And an emulsification is really, we're just trying to suspend liquid in fat. So the idea is to agitate, don't separate. So we'll put a little bit of garlic for flavor and a little bit, pinch of salt. We can always, adjust the flavor at the end. And then a little tip here, if you don't have a steady bowl, is to take a towel and then just kind of wrap it up like so, and kind of build a shelf, if you will, to help the bowl, because your hand is going to be busy adding the oil. So slowly bring this together, and then, like I said, this is an emulsification process. Slow and steady wins the game. Agitate, try not to separate. I sound like a cheerleader. I don't really have pom-poms, but so you can see slowly it'll start to come together. And the reason why I like to start with a little salt and the as well as the mustard and the egg yolks as well as the lemon peel and the juice is that it'll really help with the emulsification process. If you start with just the egg yolk, it doesn't really have enough liquid to suspend. It'll come together a lot faster and a lot easier this way. Let me work on my shelf here a little bit. Okay. So I'll let the bowl get away from you. There we go. All right, so once you start emulsification and you feel that it's getting really thick, then you can start adding the oil a little bit faster. See how it's coming together, and see as our whisk moves, we're getting streams. So it's getting thicker, the viscosity is tightening up here, and when you think of a commercial mayonnaise, you can get to that point if you continue and adding more oil, or if you want it like a looser dressing, you can kind of stop now. See that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there we have a nice
So is the idea that it's somewhat of a mayonnaise consistency?
Yeah, actually it is kind of aioli is a mayonnaise, so to speak. So it's an emulsified fat, and that is kind of true of any emulsified dressings. But an aioli, you really want to use a nice oil, because the idea of an aioli is that it's really supposed to be a delicious end sauce, not kind of smothered canola oil on your hamburger.
Got it.
But it's really supposed to be a beautiful olive oil. Then I'll season it up again with a little salt.
Okay.
And then if you'll grab me a spoon over there, we can all give it a try. At this point, if you wanted to add a little hot sauce, or if you wanted to add some chili flake or some pepper, you know, anything to your liking, then you would add it now, depending on what dish you were making.
Okay.
But because we're making a beautiful fresh halibut, I really don't want to overwhelm the flavors of
So good.
the halibut.
Very light.
Yeah, really light.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so at this point, if you want to add more lemon or more zest,
Oh, I love it.
totally up to you. And that's the fun thing about making your own aioli or any homemade sauce, is that it's kind of up to you and what direction to take, you know, flavor profile wise, how to manipulate your sauce, so to speak. So I want to add a little touch more garlic.
Okay. And what else would you use this for?
Oh, I would
besides
use this in a
the
salad
halibut?
dressing for sure. I might have made it a little bit thinner and maybe add a little bit more lemon juice.
Okay.
I would serve this with, fried calamari. That always comes to mind.
Okay.
I would, just dip some avocado in it. Maybe even add some avocado to make a really nice dressing. Certainly, I would just use this as a salad dressing. Maybe add some fresh ground pepper and some more lemon juice. But
Okay.
it's just like a mayonnaise is a base for anything.
Okay.
This also is it's the more tasteful equivalent.
I love that.
Yeah. Silence in the kitchen, filming on set. So this week at the restaurant, we are serving this absolutely wonderful local halibut. This comes from about a 35-pound fish, which we filleted in-house. So we're going to be serving it raw as a crudo. And what I'm going to do is just take my sashimi knife, really nice thinly cut slices of this very fresh, locally caught halibut
Okay.
by our buddy Travis. Yeah.
He's the fisherman
Yeah.
in Santa Barbara? Or?
Yes. Yeah, he goes out in his boat and he brings back, like, literally the catch of the day.
Okay.
So this halibut is so fresh and so delicious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve it with this beautiful Meyer Lemon aioli that we just made.
Okay.
And you can see how the viscosity of this is going to pour over so nicely, right?
Okay.
It's down here.
So just a little
So
touch
just a
of
little
it.
bit, but what's really nice about this aioli is that it has such a very tender flavor that it's not going to overwhelm the fish. So this is a lacto ferment kosho, which took about a month, I'd say, to ferment, and it's literally the skin of the Meyer lemon as well as grated serrano chili. And it's an Asian, Japanese to be specific, accoutrement that is used quite like salt is, because it's a very salty accoutrement, but it has wonderful acidic flavors coming from the Meyer lemon.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and now I'm going to put a little bit of garnish. These are our mustard frills, locally grown. And just a little pinch. And mustard frills have a really unique flavor as well. They have a little bit of spiciness and also flavor of mustard.
Yeah, okay.
So they kind of look really nice on the plate, I think, as well, because they look so much like seaweed.
Oh, yeah. That's what
Right?
I thought it was when you were taking it out. Yeah.
So here's some
very
little
pretty.
flowering,
Very oceanic.
very oceanic, I would agree.
And I see the little mustard,
Flower.
which is in
Yeah.
season right now.
Aren't they
around
beautiful?
the garden.
Yes,
Yeah.
so lovely. And then we have just a little scallion pieces that I curl. There we go. Now I'm going to finish it with a little bit of fresh olive oil, sea salt, and there you go. Our wild local halibut with our Meyer Lemon aioli, with a Meyer Lemon kosho, some mustard frills, and sea salt, olive oil, and love.
God, and it's just so exciting that every single ingredient is local.
Yeah.
Even the halibut caught by, what was your friend's name that caught the halibut?
Travis.
Travis Fisherman. Awesome. Thank you, Travis.
It's really great.
Thank you, Jill, so much. It's so fun to be up here with you and see what you're doing in the kitchen with all our winter wonderland. And we'll be back next month to see what else you got cooking.